Hey guys, how's it going? It's Thursday, August 21st, and it's good to be back in the market. I've missed doing these videos. I want to talk about trading for this morning. There's a couple good things to talk about, and I want to do it while it's still fresh in my mind. Coming in the market, we had the 17,000 level up here. Equities have been in a pretty good rally the past 2 weeks. I think the S&P took out the all-time highs once again today. And we had just marking off the top and bottom of the pre-market area here, and this green line here is it's yesterday's high of day, and then below that there was a level of resistance turn support. The market broke through it. So the first opening candle, I saw that push down into this area here, into that prior high of day, and you see buyers stepped in, took the market higher. Uh, Going over my thought process for the morning, what I was looking for was potentially a run up to the 17,000 level. It just kind of looks that way. You can see, it looks like the market found support here, and now it's just going to take off. Was that going to happen? I'm not sure, but let me just show you. Just take a look at how this candle formed here. All right, so we see this run up. All right, see the buyers are pushing the market higher, and then look what happens. You see that, right? You see the way the market just died. There's no one stepping in to take the market higher. Uh, Now, there was some news at 9:45 and news at 10, and I know from my journal that on those days, uh, the it's hard to put this into words, but what I've noticed is that the market has a tendency to, if it's going in a certain direction, in this case towards the downside, it just has a tendency to squeeze in that direction for right up until about, I don't know, about 15 to 10 minutes before the news comes out, and then finds a new direction. And then right when the news comes out, it's chaos depending on the numbers. But until that time, I've just learned that I have to be extra careful about the kinds of candle formations that I get. So, for instance, it's hard to say that this is, I mean, it's not an absolute, but if I were to get a reversal candle off of a level, and we're half an hour before the news, I tend to be a little bit suspicious about those kinds of formations because just found the market has a tendency to just continue to drive in whatever direction it's going. Uh, so, I'm not sure what to think about the market at this point. I mean, it looks like it's going to attack this area up here, but uh, once I'm seeing the way that this candle is forming, once I see there's no one stepping in to continue the market higher, I'm thinking short. And you can see that weakness come in there. And I'll tell you, I've been in enough trades like these where I get in long to know that this is a very bad sign. You kind of get that sinking feeling in your stomach where you just realize you just bought a sucker. So I'm thinking, all right, well, there's probably going to be stops lined up underneath here. You just know that if I were in this market long, it's coming to take out my stop. So, what better to do than reverse that thinking and take the opposite? So I'm just measuring, where my stop would be. I don't want to get in short down here. What I'm looking for is for the market to come back to give me a better entry. I'm also curious though, because I do want to see if this candle, maybe it really is just going to just tear to the upside on this candle. But that doesn't happen. Once I see that weakness come in, I'm ready to take a short there. So. I just moved my stop back just because the market is sluggish and choppy. Um, but so I don't want to get kicked out of a good trade there. There's something about this though, but just think about this for a second from the perspective of the fact that we have news coming out. If you're an investor, or for whatever reason you want to buy Dow futures or equities or whatever, um, when would you want to do that? Would you want to do that before the news comes out or after? If it was me, it would be after, right? Because I mean, why would you want to be getting in long uh, right before there's about to be news due in the next half hour? So this candle here makes sense to me. I mean, right? Because why would people be stepping in to buy at an all-time high near the 17,000 level when there's news coming out soon? So it just kind of adds up. So anyways, that was the first trade there. And I was expecting stops to be cleaned out below this area, but didn't really get that much of a push. There was just a little poke below. So I figured, let me just get stopped out here, because if it comes back up there, then I'm not going to let it reverse and come all the way back to my entry point. Just take the profit, and if it does happen to push down further, then great. But if not, then I'll just wait for the next trade. You can see this. There's a pretty good looking reversal candle there, right? Not so much. The only thing about this trade was it came within 6 points of my target. It wasn't a terrible trade. It just didn't get anywhere. I just didn't get that push down. So I cut my risk up at this point here, just figuring that if it's going to take me out, then that's probably the point where I'm going to be wrong about this trade. And it did. It took me out there, but that's trading. So at this point, I'm thinking, all right, so is this really a reversal at this point? Is this now the point that the market's going to turn? I'm not sure. We do get that push, but we start to see rejection, sellers stepping in. And now sellers are again stepping in here. So I'm not really sure at this point, but what I do have is I have this context of, we did have this prior high of day. We had this level down here. We did see buyers stepping in. The price obviously got nowhere, down in this area to the downside. So I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe, this reversal is for real, and sellers are trapped down in this area, and I have this level and the high of day to get my stop underneath. So I'm just seeing this if sellers are really in charge at this point, and doesn't seem to be. So I end up ticking along there. And you can see where my stop is. My stop is underneath this mess here, this area, and I do get a little bit of a squeeze. I just moved my my target down here just because the market is choppy and sluggish, and so balance probabilities is that probably I'll get a retest of this high here, and then I don't know what's going to happen next. It actually did breach the 17,000, obviously, but just going for probabilities. So anyways, that was that. Not sure if I'm going to be trading tomorrow because I have a late night tonight, but if I do, it'll be on reduced size. But if not, I will see you guys next week and have a great weekend. Take care.